Jai Mata, Jai Bhagavan. On this day, I have been enlightened by my Guru, Sri Ramadevi. Within her, Sri Mati Tara Devi and Puja Sri Bhagavan, all put in together. They have revealed out a very truthful new aspect for the development of our parliamentary or our parliament actions. In the parliament of our India, the constitution set by Mr. Ambedkar is purely followed, or I can say purely executed, or I can say everybody abide by the rules and regulations described in the Indian Constitution. Here, the Constitution has been formed about 75 years back. Within the 75 years, we are seeing the tremendous achievements, improvements, developments throughout in India and also throughout in the world. That every individual of the parliamentarians' mind to be set up first and inhale those things into their minds and then concentrate within their minds and have to find out the truth of the reality for various things and amendments to be passed either or new rules and regulations has to be set or the new amendments to be done for the Indian Constitution. This has to be thought very well and should be provoked within themselves, first of all, and find out the nature of the calamities about any particular thing to be happened or to happen for the people, for the benefit of the people, or for the benefit of the society. Technically, we are calling it as politics. Now, the politics should not be pronounced as politricks. There is a vast difference between politics and politricks. Politricks are the combinations of unwanted forces which shuts down the good things which has to promote the society. For that, certain egoistic nature people or egoistic nature parliamentarian or parliamentarians' thoughts are the cause to stop a particular good activity which has to happen for the society. When I say society, I mean only the human being, irrespective of the caste, creed, or dimensions of the people. Because the varieties of the variations which is built in or man made for the society, thinking that they are going to develop the people with that word called backward, forward, scheduled caste or scheduled tribes, etc. etc. If you see the society, variations are unavoidable. Taking the variations into consideration, the constitutions were made. If we want to definitely respect the constitution, either inside the parliament or outside the parliament, or inside of the society or outside of the society, we have to get ourselves swallowed to the nature which is in existence of every parliamentarian, which is called the consciousness. That means their mind, thoughts, provoking, or their minds ordering. Here, I would like to insist as a super senior in India and a citizen who has undergone many troubles in the life and now having the peaceful thoughts and peaceful actions. That's for the world peace. Now, for example, in the parliament, various parliamentarians are seated. Hundreds of thoughts within themselves. Suppose PM or any parliamentarian say he wants to implement a particular thought for the benefit of the society or benefit of the Indians. Let him first sit at his office in front of the table for 15 minutes, closing his eyes, and thought about the point of, sorry, I would think about the point of the various natures of the particular point which he wants to emphasize in the parliament or to implement in the parliament. Then, if he meditates on a particular aspect, he will get hundreds of thoughts, good and bad. Then finally, he will arrive a solution within his mind which will not be against his conscience. That is called self-provoking. Once he decides it's okay for his mind, let him come to the parliament and implement or to pronounce the points regarding a particular aspect for the society. Then other parliamentarians in the parliament, let them take the point of implementation into their mind and sit calmly for 15 minutes inside the parliament or 10 minutes inside the parliament, closing their eyes and think about of nothing. That is the nirvana. The nirvana means not the nakedness of the physical body. That nakedness by removing the following aspects such as egoistic nature, address it, remove it, jealousy, remove it, address it, fighting nature, remove it, address it, then sit calm with nirvana stage without thinking of anything except deeply meditate upon the thing which is going to be implemented in the parliament, a particular aspect. After few minutes, there will be a fight in the mind. Then there will be a conclusion in the individuals, irrespective of the political nature. Because within every parliamentarian mind, the good bad would have been thought. Then they would have come to a conclusion. That's called the free conclusion in their nirvana stage. Then forget about your religion, forget about the nature of your group or the nature of your individual flag. Think about the Indian flag alone. Then argue later in a polite way, smooth way, and soft way so that others to keep silent, to swallow whatever the other people are telling within the parliament. That means the calmness, the quietness, the peaceful nature has to be set in the parliament, irrespective of the caste, creed, etc. If this is adopted, not only in India, into the entire world of the parliaments, things will move smoothly. In everything we have good, bad, ugly. But whatever I said so far, everybody knows. I'm not telling anything new. What they know, I'm just revealing out, or I can brush up, or I am brushing up their memories. If anybody says anything to anybody, it may look new, but if you just sit and calmly think about that particular point, it is not the new point. It is the point which you already know. That's why you are nodded your head. That means you have understood. What is the meaning of understanding? The meaning of understanding is nothing but coinciding with the thoughts of the opponent. This will come only when there is a peace prevails within your mind. So, the peace and the peaceful nature has to be established in the parliament. If the parliamentarians are not establishing this sort of the peaceful nature within themselves, that means within the sum of hundreds, how can you expect the peaceful nature to prevail in our country? There are many aspects or there are many thoughts spread by some people will change the temperament of the society, either to the bad, good, or for the ugly in nature. For all these things, only the opponents, so called as leaders of various parties, they are the cause for everything happening in this country. And so, it is very important the party leaders should have their mind, the peace installed very firmly and with stubborn mind. With that peaceful mind, you have to come out of the all the parliamentarians have to come out of their houses and then come to the big house that's called parliament. Your house is a small parliament, the big house is called our parliament. So there should be the coincidence which is happening between the parliamentarians and the people at large. You can't expect the same nature of understanding, but it is the duty of the leaders to make their followers to understand. For that, there is only one point to be observed. Sit calmly, quietly, and think about whatever the emphasis which the leader wants to make to the followers. Here, the leaders are becoming masters or gurus to the followers, those who are all nothing but sishyas or disciples. This sort of coincidence has to be provoked in every mind of the citizen of this country. There are many leaders fully involved and with good inspiration, they fought for the freedom. Those people or those leaders should not be forgotten. For the namesake, don't simply murmur their names and don't carry on the activities by putting their names in front of the followers and don't follow the nature of foolishing the followers. That means once the leader wants to foolish the followers, he is fooling himself and fooling the society. Then the society becomes corrupted. Once the society is corrupted, then everything is corrupted. Once everything is corrupted, our country will never develop. The question of development comes provided everybody strictly follow the mind of peace. This is my simple advice from a super senior citizen of India that the peace has gone into pieces at present. Don't compare the countries which is falling from their standard to our country, because always have the feelings that our country is developing. Once I say our country is developing, not foregoing the developments of other countries, because all the countries has to develop with the same peaceful nature, then the world will be developed in almost all the aspects, and then the world becomes one. The uniqueness, the oneness of their minds has to be saturated on the surface of this globe. Then globe has received the Abhisheka. The Abhisheka is nothing but the peaceful nature from all the people of the world has to flow on every creature in this earth, on the earth. Why I am telling in and on the earth? Because the creatures are in the earth as well as on the earth. So the homogeneous portion of the world should not be disturbed, because our world is made out of the combinations of various structures. These structures should not be disturbed. For that, only we, the people, in the name of scientific and in the name of scientists, see that it is not shattered. The world should not be disturbed. Even though many things are happening inside the earth, nothing is audible or to visible except the fire mountains. But you feel the Pancha Bhutas actions and reactions, the impact of these Panchabhutas on the earth and on every creatures and in every creatures, you have the same effect. Please have the peace in the Parliament. Please have the meditation or sit calmly for 10 minutes before the commencement of the Parliament as the individual prayer for the people, as the individual prayer for the sake of the people, as the individual prayer for the welfare of every individuals here in this country. It is the responsibility of every parliamentarian. Otherwise, the reactions, that means the mind reactions of the people, will have very big impact on the parliamentarians. Please think this very well. That we will call as the Pava and Punya. The Pava, which is created against the nature of the own consciousness of every parliamentarian will be thrown back to the own parliamentarian who has got the power in nature through the people. That means through the people's mind. So your mind thought should coincide to the country's mind thought. It is very difficult. But if every leader individually thinks, acts, reacts, there won't be a problem. Solve the problem within your party in a peaceful nature because you are elected. You are the Atman of every individual. You are the one individual like Jesus or like Buddha or like Guru Nanak or like Muhammad. You are the representative of your own people. Remove the nature of the groups and parties or the religions because the religion and religions are, please think, it's all man-made. Man-made things can be disappear. We will make it completely remove. It is possible because it's all man-made. But God's made cannot be removed. Please understand. For instance, the nature or the nature of the Pancha Bhutas, such as air, water, fire, etc. So, please, I request the Parliament to start their actions every day with 10 minutes silent, just silent. Have the Nirvana stage, remove and undress bad thoughts and whatever the qualities bad if they feel within their mind. And at the Nirvana stage, find the solution for any problem so that our people can live in peace. If the people has to be in peace, the parliamentarians should be in peace. Once the peace exists in the parliament, it will reflect to the people and it will reflect to the globe. Then globe will peacefully do its karma. That's called karma yoga. The karma yoga done or being done by the earth has not yet been understood by the leaders because they are unable to reveal the truth of it to the people. So please, the leaders, I request to understand that they are the angel. They are carrying the carriages behind. Let there not be the derails. If that derails, problem comes. 1,000 times if I go on telling or repeating these things, already being repeated by several leaders of the globe, once again, it is my duty as a senior or super senior of this citizen of India. It's my duty and my humble request to follow these truths by every individuals, especially the leaders of various parties of our country, India, Bharat, Jai Hind. Vande Mataram. Let's all live in peace, peace, peace. Thank you very much to my Guru who has within myself invoked these things to reveal that out to you. Jai Mata, Jai Bhagavan.